What should we expect today, then?
Well, we're looking for any sort of details from the creditors' offer, right? We have this remarkable two ships in a night situation here where the Greeks have sent up their offer, the creditors came up with their offer. We don't quite know what's in the creditors' offer. It seems like the market, there's a great deal of optimism in the fact that the creditors, and by that I mean the IMF, the EU, the ECB, as well as the Eurogroup countries, they seem to be united finally, and they've put forward this last offer. That's what the market's moving on. What they're not moving on is the negativity out there, and there is quite a bit. Yesterday afternoon, Jerome Dijsselbloem, here's what he had to say in a local interview. Quite a bit of pessimism from him. I'll read that to you. As long as this, quote, the proposal doesn't meet economic conditions, we can't come to agreement. There is a misunderstanding that we should meet halfway. That doesn't sound like a man who's really in a negotiating mood. I'm not going to meet you halfway if you say at the beginning of things. Well, although we are at the end of things. Then we also heard from Mr. Tsipras. Here's what he had to say. The past 5 years of recession have been devastating for the lower and middle layers of our society. Therefore, we must move forward without the mistakes of the past. This is our main non-negotiable position. Mistakes of the past to the Greek government, to Syriza, means austerity. Clearly, the creditors are going to demand that. That's the showdown we're at right now. We'll wait to see what Tsipras has to say when he arrives in Brussels. He's meeting with Mr. Juncker. His proposal has preceded him, and now we have, I mean, it's a remarkable story.
And what do we know about his proposal? So we've got the creditors' proposal, we've got the Greek proposal. What about the Greek proposal?
We have a little bit. It's a 47-page document, according to the ANA news agency. They seem to think that the primary surplus, this is the part of the budget that is beyond, you know, when you factor out debt servicing, they're at about 0.8% for this year, and then 1.5% next year. That's considerably lower than what the targets had been from in the initial program, which was in the 3 to 3.5% range. So that's one area where it does seem like the creditors are willing to give. They don't need that much of a cushion on the surplus. Where they don't seem willing to give is on pension reform and labors. Now, there's also something a little bit in there in the Greek proposal on different VAT schedules, different tax schedules. There may be a little give there because then you're getting into accounting. But this question on what you do with the pension reform seems to be like a deal breaker, and the language doesn't seem like either side is willing to compromise on that. But we have to see, and it's going to be exciting.